Hello everybody, welcome to the I Am IT YouTube channel. My name is Shabazz Dar and as ever I am the IT Geek. Welcome back to another episode within my SC-100 Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect exam topic series. About 3/4 of the way through now, we're on topic 8. And we'll be looking at it's been mainly covering the sort of CM and sort of SOAR solutions with Microsoft around monitoring and detecting sort of attacks and designing those sort of solutions around threat protection. So it's included obviously Microsoft Sentinel, Defender for Cloud, Defender 365. So we can continue that topic and finish it off in what is now part 3 of topic 8. So yeah, this is the Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect exam series. We're on topic 8, part 3. And in today's episode, so this topic, remember, is designing solutions for security operations. We're going to talk about designing security workflows, designing threat detection coverage, and then we're going to do a bit of a demo around the incident management within Defender for Cloud. And it's similar to what we had to look at with the sort of logging and auditing within Defender for Cloud and how you can do those remediations to sort of meet those regulatory Microsoft security benchmark requirements. So demo and have a look at those. Let's talk about designing security workflows first of all. So let's talk about a security incident first, and that's whole sort of management process. The security incident is a breach of security leading to the sort of accidental or even unlawful destruction, loss, or alteration and unauthorized disclosure of or access to, for example, customer data or personal data. Security response and the sort of various service teams should work jointly and take sort of the same approach to sort of security incidents. So we're talking about first of all preparation. So this refers to sort of organizational preparation needed to be able to sort of respond, including sort of tools, processes, competencies, and sort of readiness. We then got detection and analysis. So this refers to sort of activity to detect a security incident in a production environment and to analyze all the sort of events to confirm the authenticity and of the security incident itself and get like a summary of the incident. Then have with the incidents, you also need to get the incident severity and the priority based on the sort of potential impact. A list of all those sort of indicators that have led to the sort of detection of the incident, a list of any sort of related incidents as well, and a list of sort of actions that need to be taken by the security response team and the sort of associated service teams. Also, any evidence gathered during the incident response process. We then got containment, eradication, and recovery part. So this refers to sort of the requiring appropriate actions taken to contain the security incident based on the analysis done in the sort of previous phase. And more analysis may also be necessary for this phase to fully recover from the security incident itself. And based on the analysis coordinated by the security response team, an appropriate containment and recovery plan should then be developed to sort of minimize the impact of the security incident and remove the threat from the environment. We then have, within the containment, so we obviously we've talked about eradication, recovery, but let's talk about containment specifically. This is where a relevant service team should implement the plan with the support from the security response team to ensure that the threat is successfully eliminated and impacted services are completely recovered. The data collection and analysis should continue through the containment phase to ensure that the sort of incidents, the root cause is being correctly identified and that all of the impacted services and tenants are all included in the sort of eradication recovery plan. And then we talk about eradication, it's the process of eliminating the root cause and the security incident with a sort of high degree of confidence. The goal of eradication is twofold: to evict the adversary completely from the environment and to mitigate vulnerabilities that contribute to the incident or could enable the adversary to re-enter the environment. Eradication steps to evict the adversary and mitigate them should also follow on. Should be followed by the sort of recovery process, and this is to be for the enhanced detection controls. You need to validate that the recovery plan has been successfully executed and that no signs of breach remain within that environment as well. We have the post-incident activity, and this is the final phase we can see, and this refers to the sort of post-mortem analysis performed after the recovery of the security incident. The operational sort of actions performed during the processes are reviewed to determine if any sort of changes need to be made in the preparation or detection and analysis phases. a deep analysis of that root cause and the investigation to identify any opportunities to improve system security or the security incident response processes. So those are sort of the main incident process phases that need to be followed, really. So again, we're going to have a look at this in the demo. We're going to Defender for Cloud, but these are the different controls around incident response according to Microsoft Security Benchmark. You obviously have detection analysis, where you can create incidents based on high quality alerts. Detection analysis to investigate an incident, or detection analysis to prioritize incidents. So we'll have a further look into what this means from a remediation perspective, and what Microsoft recommends to put all these controls in place. And that's continued. There are 7 altogether. So you have containment eradication, which we just kind of discussed. Then we have that post-incident activity as well. So we'll take a further look at those in the demo. We'll have a look at how you can remediate those and how you can meet those controls and complete them. So let's talk a little bit about incident management within Microsoft Sentinel. So when you select an incident within Sentinel, and you sort of view the full details on the incident details page, you can see on the right hand panel, you'll see all the tasks that have been sort of added to the incident, whether manually or automation rules. You can expand the task to see if the full description, including the user, the automation rule, or playbook that was created. Then you can mark a task complete by selecting the checkbox circle next to it. You can also add tasks to incident on the spot as well. So you can add tasks to open incidents that you're working on, either to give yourself reminders of actions you've discovered you need to take, or to record actions that you've taken of your own initiative that don't appear in the sort of task list. You can also be like a workflow creator as well, where you can add tasks to incidents with sort of automation rules. So you can apply the automation rules to all analytical rules to define a standard set of tasks to be applied to all incidents. And by applying your sort of automation rule to the sort of limited set of analytic rules, you can assign specific tasks to sort of particular incidents according to sort of threats detected by the analytic rules or rules that generated those incidents. Consider that the order in which your tasks appear as well in the incident is, and that should be determined by the task creation time. You can set the order of automation as well, so that the rules that are added to the task required all the incidents will run first, and only afterwards any rules that add tasks required for incidents generated by specific analytic rules can run then as well. You can then add tasks to incidents with playbooks as well, finally. So use the add task action in the playbook in Sentinel Connector to automatically add a task to the incident that's triggered the playbook as well. Let's talk now a little bit about threat intelligence. So cyber threat intelligence, or CTI, is sort of information that describes existing or potential threats to systems or users. Intelligence takes many forms, from sort of written reports detailing a particular threat actor's motivation, infrastructure and techniques, to specific observations of IP addresses, domains, file hashes and other artifacts associated with known cyber threats. CTI is used by organizations to provide essential context to unusual activity, so security personnel can quickly take action to protect their people, information and assets. CTI can originate from many places, such as sort of open source data tools, threat intelligence sharing communities, commercial intelligence to feeds, and local intelligence gathered in the course of sort of security investigations within your organization. So specifically, let's talk about threat intelligence in Sentinel. So you can integrate threat intelligence, or TI, into Sentinel through multiple activities. First of all, you can import threat intelligence into Microsoft Sentinel by enabling data connectors to various TI sort of platforms and feeds. You can view and manage the imported threat intelligence in logs and in the threat intelligence blade of Microsoft Sentinel. You can detect threats and sort of generate security alerts and incidents using the built-in analytics rule templates based on the sort of imported threat intelligence. And finally, you can visualize key information about your imported threat intelligence in Microsoft Sentinel with the threat intelligence workbook as well. So again, take a look at that side of an image of what sort of threat hunting looks like in Sentinel. So the threat hunting dashboard provides sort of ready-made query examples designed to get you started to become familiar with sort of the tables and the query language. Queries run on the data stored in log tables such as the process of creation, DNS events, or other sort of event types. You use queries before, during, and after a compromise to take multiple actions, including before an incident occurs, during a compromise, or after a compromise as well. And you can view query results and select sort of new alert rules as well. You can use analytic rule wizards to create a new rule based on your query. So a lot of things you can do within threat hunting within Sentinel. So just want to finish this topic out. The topic was a couple of summaries, so we're going to move on to the next topic in a second as well. So we've talked about steps for your sort of incident response workflow, the actual incident response itself, goals for technical aspects, including, identifying the scope of attack operations, identifying the objective of the attack if possible as well. Goals for sort of security operations, SecOp aspects. That includes ensuring you have an incident response plan, staying focused, providing coordination and sort of role clarity as well. And be consistent with your business perspective as well. Have a recovery best practices and goals for your sort of technical aspects as well. And limit response scope, which is quite important, and try and avoid any distractions. And we talk about goals for your operations aspects as well. Have a clear plan and a limited scope. Have a clear plan ownership and maintain stakeholder communication. From a threat hunting perspective, make sure you run built-in threat hunting queries. Check results of any sort of indicators of compromise, and use live stream after remediation to monitor sort of lingering malicious events. From an incident management, use the incidents page in the investigation graph to sort of start the triage process of sort of any new incidents. Finally, the threat intelligence, use threat indicators in CM solutions like Sentinel, to power analytics that are going to match with threat indicators, and these are going to reduce or produce security alerts. Incidents and automated responses as well. Make sure you reduce those and produce those. Make sure Microsoft Sentinel threat intelligence workbooks with sort of powerful interactive dashboards that give you sort of insights into all aspects of Sentinel implemented as well. Let's move on now to talking about designing threat detection coverage, and this will be the last topic, last kind of subject within this topic. So MITRE attacks is sort of a knowledge base of tactics and techniques that are commonly used by attackers, supported by real-world observations. Organizations use it to develop specific threat models and sort of methodologies that help verify the security status in their environment. Microsoft Sentinel offers sort of MITRE page where you can view the detections already active in your workspace. You can also view those available for you to configure and understand your organization's security coverage. Microsoft Sentinel analyzes ingested data to detect threats and to help with your investigation. You can also visualize the nature and coverage of your organization's security status. On the MITRE page itself, you can access MITRE from the sort of threat management menu to view current MITRE coverage. You can access the MITRE from the general menu to view simulated coverage to understand your organization's possible security status. Or you can use the sort of MITRE framework in your analytics rules, in your incidents, and in your threat hunting as well. So again, just to finish off this sort of theoretical part, we're going to jump into a demo portal after this. You can simulate possible coverage of available detections as well. So you can do sort of in MITRE coverage matrix, you can simulate coverage, and this refers to sort of detections that are available but not currently configured in your Sentinel workspace. You can also view sort of simulated coverage, and this is going to allow you to understand your organization's possible security status, as we mentioned. And don't forget to use, in your analytics rules and incidents as well, have a sort of a scheduled rule with MITRE techniques applied and running, and make sure you enhance the security status in the MITRE coverage matrix as well. So a bit of a longer theoretical episode there, a lot more theory today, but let's jump into demo portal. I'll go back into Defender for Cloud and look at sort of the incident management remediations we can do. Welcome back. Here we are back in the Azure portal, and we're going to go into Defender for Cloud again because I want to actually look at the incident response in regulatory compliance, specifically looking at the Microsoft Security Cloud benchmark and some of the things. Again, we saw them in the table earlier. I just want to go into them in a bit more detail. We obviously looked at logging and sort of auditing the threat detection in earlier labs. So instant response is down here with IR, right underneath LT, which we'll look at in a separate video. So this is all around updating for, and being prepared, detection, containment. So these are all the things we've spoken about. So we've got to again, for whatever reason, I think this is either this control is either not required or it's out of date. But that one obviously doesn't not allowing me to do that one. So if we go to IR2, so this is another preparation. This must be the new preparation one. That must be the old one. But if we go to IR2, this includes things like, subscription should have a contact email. This is something so trivial, but again, it's what you need to do to be able to, be prepared for instant notification. So it's important that you put one, an email account there. So if we go to click on that, again, you can, to remediate, essentially, you need to go to the environment settings and then the email notifications page. So I could do that, and then I'd be basically compliant for that one. Other thing which I'm only compliant because I don't have a resource that's failed. But make sure email notifications for the subscription owner, high severity alerts that are enabled, and make sure the email notification for high severity ones are email enabled as well. Detection, so that's preparation. We've got detection analysis. Here we have, again, very much around the different Defender for cloud services and features. So we need to make sure Defender for SQL is enabled. Make sure Defender for SQL is enabled on unprotected SQL managed instances and Azure SQL servers. I don't have any unprotected SQL managed instances, whereas I do have a SQL server. And again, making sure resource manager is enabled, making sure Defender for containers is enabled, make sure Defender for open source relationship database enabled. I don't have any resources to protect with that, so it's just I'm green already. As we go down, we've got IR4, so I'm already compliant. Be interested to see how. So network watcher should be enabled. I've enabled network watcher, so I've got 6 virtual networks. So now must be all those demos. So that's compliant, which is great. Again, I have controls in AWS and GCP, but they don't kind of count for me because I've not onboarded those into Defender for Cloud. Again, very similar to how we saw in IR3. So we're down in detection analysis still. So this is prioritized incidents, but it's still got the same ones. If you look at, Defender for SQL, Defender for Resource Manager, and for containers, and for open source. So it's all the same. If I fix all these, or fix that one, that'll go green as well. So you don't have to do things twice. And at the bottom one, containment, eradication, recovery, I don't have anything in Azure, so I've got in AWS, but I'm not onboarded AWS. So again, just wanted to show some of the controls within Defender for Cloud that you need to adhere to, and that we talked about in the theory as well. So hopefully that's kind of helped you understand that a little bit more. There's loads of regulatory compliance things you can do in Defender for Cloud, especially around the security and threat detection. So I do recommend you have a look at that. So yeah, we're rattling on now. This is, look at my notes. This is the end of topic 8 now. You notice I'm having to record the theory and some of the demos separate, so my clothes have changed. So hopefully that does not annoy anybody. But yeah, just obviously recording content, as you can appreciate, very time consuming. So sometimes you need to split things up. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Please do let me know. I do like feedback. I like to know if people are taking the exam and my content's helped them. Please do let me know. Please use the useful links I've put in the description. There's a link to the Measure Up practice exam, which is discounted for the SC-100 exam, so it's going to help you prepare. I definitely recommend doing practice exams. I use Measure Up all the time. Measure Up are the official practice exam partner for Microsoft. Also, there's a link to the GitHub repository where it's got some of the case studies. They're not really labs or demos, but case studies. I recommend you read through those and try and understand those. But also a link to the Microsoft Learn free content for the exam as well. So you always use Microsoft Learn. Some of the best content out there, especially for Microsoft exams as well. So thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, goodbye.